caution out on the track, and that's turn 4 this time. Someplace other than turn 2. Been a little bit of an oddity.
Been pretty rare.
It's
Johnny Sauter.
Oh no, Sauter. He was so down so far on the bottom we couldn't see him, and that is heavy damage to the 13, the 5-time Texas winner.
He won't win tonight, Vince.
See the 16 of Austin Hill following him. You wonder if maybe they made some contact.
Sauter was our playoff standings leader coming into this race and was the winner of stage 1 tonight.
And I would say the favorite.
Totally.
Among the folks down in the garage area to be the guy you have to beat tonight. He's in trouble.
They may be able to patch this together and get him, keep him on the racetrack, but as far as being in contention, it's not going to happen.
Heavy damage there to Sauter's truck. Coming to you, Alan.
And Johnny Sauter says put tires on it because the steering is fine. Maybe they can clean it up and get back out there. Remember, he started midfield, mid-pack on that last restart after the stage. He says that's what you get when you restart mid-pack and race back there. We'll see what happened to him on the track, but he's calling for them to fix it as best as they can. Again, the steering, he says, is fine. He says put tires on it and fix it for the moment.
We see it, though, so often that when you get back in the pack, and you talk about guys wanting track position, running up front, because the accidents happen a lot less frequently in the front.
There's the contact. We thought about it because he was following him down towards pit road. Looked like Austin Hill just got a little bit loose, got into the left rear quarter panel of Johnny Sauter, and then nothing Johnny could do about it.
Well, that's too bad. One of the top trucks of the night. Johnny Sauter with heavy damage. Riding with Sauter here.
Yep. It didn't take a lot. Just a little bit of a bump.
Austin Hill down on the bottom. We talked about how hard it is to keep control of your truck when you're down there under another one, and Austin's slipped on him and he wrecked Sauter.
It's going to be the 3rd straight race in which Sauter has had a finish that's not reflective of how good a team they are. They were 22nd at Kansas and 17th at Charlotte. And by the looks of things, they're going to finish well down the line tonight. Austin Hill had a handful there, maybe got a little help from Johnny Sauter. And here comes Sheldon Creed right to the back end of that 16 truck. Now the 16 of Austin Hill, that's the truck team that won this race a year ago. And he said there was maybe contact, and look at Sauter. Does he get to that back bumper? He does.
You know what, Austin? You know what Hill's saying? I don't want to be between these two. they've got history already today. Sauter and Sheldon Creed all over each other.
Tory Racing will run some Xfinity races yet this season with Austin Hill in the seat.
I think
Before that later
right?
in the summer. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, and there is Sauter. So we just saw Sauter move the 16 of Austin Hill.
I would guess that there probably was some contact that precipitated this.
A payback, possibly. He's running in the 7th position.
You talked about Johnny not finishing in the top 10 the last 3 races, make it 4 events.
Got to go back to the 2015 season, the last time that happened for Johnny Sauter, 4 straight outside the top 10. Well, let's see. We saw Sauter move Hill. Hill repaying the favor and put Sauter in the wall.
Yeah, there's no question that I'm sure Austin Hill didn't like the way that he got sent down into turn number 1. And this is live.
This is live, so Sauter has just now wrecked Austin Hill. Well, that's not going to go over well.
No, I think
They'll park Sauter for that.
Yes, indeed. So here is Sauter coming back to get Hill after Hill had moved Johnny and put Johnny into the wall.
I think
Johnny Sauter's day is done. Yes, he is being sent to the garage. NASCAR said that's enough.
I think the NASCAR hauler will be full of people after this race.
Nice comeback for Austin Hill after Johnny Sauter tried to end his day. We saw what almost ended it. What started it, and how do you want to deal with it?
I mean, it's hard to race with that guy, but we were racing hard. Getting into turn 1, he got into me a little bit, and I kind of returned the favor. I don't race like that. So if you're going to race me like that and try to take me out, I guess he was mad from Texas last week. I don't know, but I'm not going to put up with it. And I think you seen that today. I try to race everybody clean, but when they race you like that, I don't put up with it. But can't thank ARCA enough for coming on board. We had a good truck. Definitely could have finished top 10. I don't know if we would have had anything for the top 5. They were pretty gone. But can't thank Toyota TRD enough. All of our partners for everything they do. Scott and those guys in the Shiggy, they're really good at what they do, and I'm glad I'm able to run the 16 truck, but we'll just move on. I have better things to worry about than the 13 truck. I'm more focused on the championship, so we're just going to keep working and see what happens.
You want to address this with Johnny?
I mean, if he wants to come talk to me about it, he can, but it won't be nice words.
Wide back here, that 48 driven by Ty Dillon. A lot of news out of his camp as far as the Cup Series goes. Ty Dillon won't be with Penny GMS on the Cup Series in 2023, so this might be an audition for Ty Dillon in the 48 and the Xfinity Series. We're back underway. Sheldon Creed on the inside. Castle on the outside, side by side into turn 1 for the lead.
Landon Castle right here. This is why I was concerned, because the top should be able to get momentum if Castle can get the power down on corner exit.
Creed's loose on the bottom.
We saw it look like maybe Allgaier or even William Byron that tagged the wall coming out of 2.
Here you go, new leader from the top, the 10 of Castle. Although, as I said, that he cooks it off into turn 3.
He just got in there too deep.
Sheldon Creed fighting back on the inside.
Now Creed is under attack from Allgaier, trying to take second from him.
He's got a little bit of smoke there on the right front, too, it looks like. So maybe an issue for Creed.
Creed went from leading to running third, and now his teammates underneath him. Oh, and he's hot.
And he's waving, and that's not the friendly wave.
Oh, he is not happy. Some of that frustration, though, his teammate Austin Hill was in the rear, in his back bumper, and kind of got him messed up. But some of that frustration is he was leading the race, and now he's running third.
The way they're running, if Brandon Jones continues on and wins this race, that would eliminate the 2 veterans, Allmendinger and Allgaier.
This is going to be a long 79 laps for Brandon Jones. He's going to have to do everything right. He has good speed. He got fast in the long run early in the race.
AJ really slow off of turn 2 there. A lot of contact. When you got guys hitting you in the back bumper, it breaks rear traction. You can't power down. It just spins the tires.
I don't know that I've ever seen as many guys into the back of the guy in front of him as I have been today. I mean, it has been every corner they've been making contact. It's a lot of fun for us. Yeah.
Fun to watch.
It's just so hard to keep your cool for this long. You know, guys running to the back of you and eventually wears thin. And then the reality of where we are with the points, and can you make enough points to advance yourself out of this round to go to Phoenix? Marty, there's a ton of pressure on everybody.
And you can feel that pressure building inside the 21 car. Austin Hill very upset with A.J. Allmendinger, a corporate teammate over at RCR Racing, because he said he feels like the 16 is brake checking him on the racetrack. They tried to calm their driver a little bit and saying, hey, listen, we're going to have to grind it out for the rest of this race, but he needs to get this win. The battle for the lead heating up, Rick.
Yeah, right on the back bumper now is Ty Gibbs or Brandon Jones. And A.J. Allmendinger is probably going to be cheering as loud as he possibly could cheer for the 54 right now.
Look at this 18 into the back bumper of the 21. Austin Hill, Sammy Smith down the front straightaway, throwing a lot of blocks. Sammy got into the back bumper of the 21. He sends it into turn 3. Battle for the lead up top, heating up.
Ty
outside.
Gibbs, yep, to the inside, and Gibbs is going to clear Brandon Jones. Gibbs leading once again here at Martinsville.
21 tried to take a swipe, but Sammy Smith right there. Will he try again down here in turn 3 and 4? Sammy overdrives the entry. Figures something was coming there.
Wasn't able to get to the back bumper. So as Ty Gibbs leads and puts a car length, now maybe 2, between himself and second Brandon Jones, the fight for positions between Allmendinger and Allgaier, they're separated by just 2 points. Parker.
Think about the job that 19 team has done with Brandon Jones. They came in here in a must-win position. They win the pole. They put him out first here going into the 3rd stage. Jeff Bendering came on the radio and said that was probably your last stop. It's up to you. But right now, as you saw his teammate Ty Gibbs go by him, he's just struggling through the center of the corner to beat that 54 and slowly but surely losing ground that 54 right now. Going to have to muster up something inside that race car and see if they maybe can conserve the tires and be a little bit on the long run with his teammate. That might be their only hope here to run down the 54 in this must-win position for the 19.
As you see on the left side of the screen, he won in April here, but it was the 54 of Ty Gibbs who led the most laps.
This battle is heating up again. These two guys are not happy with each other. Allgaier trying to take advantage of it. Austin Hill into the back of the 18, moving him up the racetrack.
Those white gloves of Austin Hills tell no lies, man. You can see about everything he's doing inside that car to try to get around this 18, and there's some contact from earlier, moments ago. And then they go down into turn 3 and big slam as he slides up the track right here. Watch this. Almost takes both of them around as there's contact there in the door.
Something tells me Richard Childress is smiling, loves it.
Sammy Smith up the racetrack once again in the 18. That opens the door for Hill. Here comes Noah Gragson to the inside of Riley Herbst on the top of your screen.
Sammy's doing a great job right here. Look at that. This is Sammy's first race here, Xfinity Series. So late model races here.
"65 laps to go before the championship race." The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs on NBC. The Dead on Tools 250.
We got a big crash off turn 4. Track is blocked.
Yeah, pile up in turn 4 right now.
Lot here.
Nobody can get by. Myatt Snyder in the 31, headed the wrong direction. Got Raja Caruth in there as well. Howie DiSavino in the 45.
Whole field stopped over in turn 3 while we get everybody out of the way here and clean this up.
Yeah, that was Patrick Emmerling that was stopped and can't continue. So the wrecker's going to back up to them, the AMR safety crew to them.
We hear people say all the time the track was blocked. Well, I'm going to tell you that time
it was blocked.
blocked.
Yep, a little more damage. Looks like a little more damage to the 21 there as he might have been trying to squeeze through some of that. They're going to pull on the quarter panel back here.
This team has fought so hard today. Marty.
Yeah, you just feel for them. They've come back so many times, Jeff, put themselves in a possible position to make the championship 4. Now the damage is on the right rear, so they're finally going to put this set of scuff tires on for Austin Hill, who that's the penalty, Steve, right? You get back there in traffic, and this is often what can happen.
Yeah, they recovered. You know, they had that issue in qualifying and did an amazing job getting back into the top 10, but then it's kind of been a little bit of quicksand here in the second half of the race for the 21.
Let's take a look at what happened in turn 4.
Oh, 31 gets turned around. 21 just kind of just gets a little beating and banging as he worked his way through, but I thought the 31 was the first car around sideways.
Steve, not a big deal, but the 21 came to pit road when it was closed, so he's going to have to restart.
Yeah, it'd be tail end either way.
Way down to the inside comes Austin Hill, playoff driver who had a bad day, was trying to make something out of it at the end. Took a very optimistic move down into turn number 1, and here you can see gets into the back of Myatt Snyder, spinning him. Now, what's gotten everyone's attention is the discussion afterward. The two drivers appear to be having a discussion, and then what happens next, well, we'll let you draw your own conclusion. NASCAR has seen this footage in the last 30 minutes and have told us that they are going to be talking to both teams and drivers about the incident that took place there.
We saw a lot of contact out there amongst many drivers. Was anyone in particular that you were maybe a little more upset with than anyone else?
Well, there's a few. When you come to these races, you're not friends with anybody, and I feel like when you leave here, you're mad at almost every single one of these people on the racetrack at the end of these things. You know, maybe somebody punted you out of the way on lap 1 or on lap 50, and you remember it, and then once you leave here and you go to Phoenix, you forget about it again because you realize it's Martinsville. So, yeah, I mean, there's a few people I'm not too happy with right now. But when I get to Phoenix, I mean, it's just like all out the window because, you know, it's just short track racing, right?
That's short track racing, guys.
So there was a little more that went on between Austin Hill and Myatt Snyder. They got together on pit road. You see both of them now walking away, but there was a little bit of a scuffle there on pit road. So tempers not only flaring on track but also off track.
Yeah, right before that they were on the ground wrestling, so I don't know who got to who first and what that's all about, but well, I want no part of Austin Hill. He's a big boy. I'm just going ahead and say it. That I'd have to be pretty mad if I was going to try to take Austin Hill to the concrete.
The 16 smoking. Looks like he might have got into the wall. Chandler Smith, more issues with that car. An issue late in the race with Chandler Smith. And it looked like it was Chandler Smith, maybe Austin Hill.
Yeah, Chandler Smith is sliding across the nose of the 21. I don't think Austin Hill appreciated it too much. He gets in the back of the 16 into the fence. They chased each other down the front straightaway. But then you see the 16 realizing he has an issue. He knows right away he's got a right front tire issue. He's going to go up here and lightly get to the fence and then just kind of carry on the rest of the way to get home. They had a conversation about it afterwards. I'd be careful.
Yeah,
I'd be careful talking Austin after the race after a situation like that. But Kim's got Austin, so we'll hear what he has to say.
Yeah, we saw the conversation between you and Chandler Smith, the on-track action. Walk me through what happened and what the conversation was like.
Yeah, I mean, him and I will have a more in-depth conversation on Monday. Colleague is in alliance with us, so we always have our Monday morning meetings with him. So I'm sure that we'll hash it out a little more in the meeting. And once we both cool off, we'll talk about, you know, what we could have both done differently. I just had a really big run coming off of 4, and like I went to the resin, or close to where the resin was, had a huge run, and since there was really nobody out back that we were racing, I was kind of expecting him to give me the top lane. Well, when he didn't and he slid me and slid up, I hit him as I was trying to cross and hit him in the left rear, and if you get hit in the left rear, you're going in the fence automatically. So yeah, I mean, it was like nothing really intentional or anything. I probably could have lifted and still cleared him and turned down a little more than what I did, but I was really in my mind expecting, like, all right, the 16 is going to give me the top here. And then when he didn't, it was just a last-second decision to turn left, hit him in the left rear, ruin their day. So really didn't want to destroy one of their race cars, hate it for them. But yeah, I just little bit on me, a little bit on him, and there's things that we can both look back on and do differently if we have that same situation happen again.
Sounds like a learning experience for both drivers here today.
First, it was Junior Motorsports drivers that got into each other. Now, Richard Childress Racing drivers that have gotten into each other, and Austin Hill is on pit road.
Yeah, you can see right here the two of Sheldon Creed running the bottom of the racetrack, Austin Hill on the top. They're going to come together on the corner on the exit, and the two just gets up into the 21 and spins him around. That's just a mistake you can't make. These are young drivers. This is the Xfinity Series, and it's about growing and learning, but you're both in pretty good shape here. And just contacting to the left rear quarter panel. Richard Childress is not going to like that.
At this point in the season, with the playoffs on the line, Jeff, to your point, it is a mistake, but it's a costly mistake that's more than just damaging the opportunity of you and your teammate. This is going to damage some relationships. This one's going to leave a mark. I could sell tickets for the meeting on Monday because I'd love to hear what the conversation between these two drivers is, or even if there is one.
I don't think it's going to wait till Monday. I think when they climb out of the cars tonight, you're going to have some conversation.
Well, they were mad at each other earlier, or at least Austin was mad at Sheldon earlier. Pretty vocal on the radio.
Yeah, they're cutting parts of the car off now for Austin Hill.
Meanwhile, the comment you guys were talking about, Austin Hill already had a comment saying, who needs enemies when you have teammates? He was livid on the radio with his teammate, and he said, hey, listen, we don't need this kind of stuff happening inside our team. You can see the damage to the 21 car. They're trying to cut away some right front pieces right there, but Hill said, I can't even turn the car. That's the issue right now with Austin Hill, the regular season title winner, in trouble here at Bristol.
A shot to make it into the championship 4. It's overtime, presented by Credit One Bank. Hill on the inside, Creed on the outside. Back to the gas they go. Way up the racetrack goes Hill. Into the back of the 21. He doesn't push him up high enough, but here he comes. He gets to the inside. The white flag's in the air. One more time around. The 7 got into the wall. Now Creed pushing the 21 up the racetrack. They're side by side. Creed has to win to make it into the championship 4. He's never won in the Xfinity Series. They smoked the tires. Here comes the 7. Contact made. The 7 of Allgaier on the inside. Creed. Allgaier's going to win in Martinsville. And they wreck on the front stretch. Big contact.
So the question now becomes, how is it scored? We saw the 7 clearly take the checkered flag under a green flag condition. At some point, the yellow came out where there were cars still short of the start-finish line. So those will be frozen. Then they have to untangle who was in the wreck. The reason Custer on the timing screen looks okay is because he backed his car across the start-finish line, triggering that lap. But that doesn't by no means that that's official. NASCAR is now going to have to untangle all this and figure out all the points.
See Austin Hill disappointed. He talked to us this week about having to, come here many times in the Truck Series and in the Xfinity Series and walk away disappointed, and again falls short with an opportunity to get into the championship 4.
There's Sheldon Creed,
and Sheldon
wondering how close he came to being in the championship 4 and getting his first Xfinity Series win.
You said earlier this week you would be willing to move someone, but in a respectful way. Let's talk about the move on your teammate. Was it respectful and was it fair, the multiple moves you made on him?
I don't know if it's fair, right? I don't like racing that way, and that seems to be the way that this race always plays out. I beat him on the restart here and gave him plenty of room. He just throttles up into my door there, and then had my opportunity to push him up off the bottom here. I got in the oil here, and the top rolled, pretty decent, and then did it again into 1. Thought we had it there coming to the checkered, but yeah, I don't know. Not proud of racing like that, but a shot at a championship 4. blast him. You know, he's still with me. I drug right here to keep him next to me, and then we raced pretty hard here, and then I don't know who gets him here, the 20. I don't know. I feel like I played pretty fair for this situation, and he's going to be mad, but it's for a championship 4 spot, and I wanted to fight for my guys all the way to the end.
Were you solely worried about your team, or did it cross your mind at all that might knock him out of the championship 4 as well?
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to guarantee myself a win, I do what Ty did last year, and I spin him out into 1, right? And then I'm not worried about him at all, but I move him up off the bottom, you know, enough for him to have a fighting shot here. I'm watching the replay again, and I mean, he has a fighting shot here. I can't control the 20 spinning him out in 3 and 4, so just proud of everyone. I wanted to fight for my guys all the way to the end and give them a chance at a championship here, and just so thankful for Chevrolet, Wheelan, everyone at RCR for my time here. It's been a learning 2 years, and man, just frustrating to go out like that, but proud of everyone.
Dave owning up to it. They did everything he could. Sheldon did everything he could to try and get the 2 team into the championship 4.
Well, and Austin Hill the same, tried to get his team in. It did not work out. Walk us through that final restart.
I spun the tires a little bit, and I overdrove my entry into 1 because I knew the 20 went to go low, and I didn't know for sure if he was on the inside. My spotter said he had to run, and then he didn't. So it wasn't cool of me to do what I did into 1, like driving him up the racetrack, but I still kind of stayed off of him. Then he just did not give me a chance getting into 3, and then he didn't give me a chance getting into 1, just shoved me up the racetrack. I know he's in a must-win situation, but still, man, just uncalled for that to happen, and then neither of the RCR guys make it to the Final 4. It's just frustrating. Pretty excited for him to go to his next adventure over at Gibbs, and I don't have to put up with him no more. I can have Jesse Love as my teammate. Hopefully he races me better, races me cleaner. You know, like right there in the middle of 3 and 4, I don't know what he was doing. He like parked it in the middle of the corner, and obviously I blew the radiator right then and had no power off the corner, so just ridiculous.
All right, Austin Hill not advancing to the championship 4, Kim.
3-car battle for the lead. Hill, Van Gisbergen, and Larson.
And one of the last chances for Van Gisbergen to make the pass is going to be breaking into turn 12. But Larson's going to be making the move too, and he's got too much distance there. I don't think he can make up that distance in the braking zone.
I think he's going to come in the stadium. I think Shane is going to make his move in the stadium.
Larson trying to get in there hot.
The problem of Shane right now is that he has to play defense and offense at the same time.
He's going to be right to him. Watch Kyle Larson turn down underneath him right here. Oh, here comes the bump.
Contact.
A lot of bumps.
Gisbergen into Hill. Austin
Here,
Hill
Larson's
goes
gonna
wide.
take it.
Larson does well.
Here comes Kyle
Larson's
Larson.
going to win it.
Kyle Larson is sitting there waiting for it.
Austin Hill is not happy with that. He's going to pay it back a little bit there.
Well, I don't know. Austin had one coming. That's how he got the lead.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson takes over the top spot, and he's going to come back and lead him off of turn 19 and 20. What a finish at Circuit of the Americas.
These two are
double
done in second.
overtime. Larson from the back to the front. He's going to get it done in Austin, Texas.
What a rally. What a rally.
Van Gisbergen hangs on and gets second. For Larson, it's career win number 15.
Here with Austin Hill, we saw an absolute battle towards the end of this race between you and SVG. I heard the team on the radio telling you to be calm coming back in. What are the emotions right now as you get out of the car after what happened?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm frustrated that we just lost the race, but hell of a job by everybody on our Bennett Chevrolet. We had such a fast race car all day. I mean, I made a mistake early in the race, cut the racetrack, and then had to come back from that. And then, you know, the restart, I thought it was somewhat clean. I mean, it seemed like the 97 lifted super early. I'm not real sure why he lifted so early, and then he started wheel hopping once I got in the back of him into 1, and then, you know, we cleared him, and I'm trying to run as hard as I can, but not overdrive the corners, and thought I was doing everything right into 15 and 16 there, like trying to protect, and Ultimately, just got ran over. It knocked his nose in, so it kind of shows how hard he ran into me. But all in all, I mean, our Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity Internet. Congrats to Kyle Larson for winning the race. They had a good call to come in and get tires there at the end. I didn't know if we were going to make it on fuel, but man, I mean, we're firing on all cylinders right now. I mean, it doesn't matter where we go. We ran inside the top 5, finished inside the top 5 at all the races this season. So we got to hold our heads up for that, but really frustrating. Wanted to get that first road course win.
Here with SVG, and I was just talking with Austin Hill about the battle you two guys had at the end of the race. What happened there from what your perspective was? What could you have done different, and will you have a conversation with him?
Yeah, I guess so, but it was a crazy race. We got better and better. WeatherTech Camaro was awesome, and yeah, that last restart, he just drove through me at one. So yeah, I guess that's how it is here. I just stood up for myself, but it was some pretty awesome racing with AJ, Kyle, and then at the end it just turned into a mess. But that's how it is. It was really fun, but wish I could have got the lead, but Kyle just snuck through there. He was driving really well, but yeah, a lot of fun. Thanks. Cheers.
He's happy now, but he's going to be disappointed when he finds out. Penalty for the 97 final lap. Cutting the course. That'll be 30 seconds because a 30-second penalty because it happened on the final lap, but obviously going to take a tumble when it comes to the final results.
Oh, we got.
Oh, wow. Cole Custer to 0-0 up in the defense really hard. Austin Hill behind him, and he's upset.
We're still
Austin's had a hard time. Let's give him a thumbs up.
No caution.
That's
no
a different
caution.
finger. Well, put your thumb back on the wheel there for just a second. There's going to be the caution right there.
I don't know if both hands were on the wheel. I think the outcome was going to be the same.
I agree.
I like the thumbs up. I don't know that I've ever got a thumbs up from someone in that kind of situation.
Do you think he meant like
he was just telling?
I think it was sarcasm.
What a good job he
I
did.
think you might have had some sarcasm.
You think so, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
maybe.
I think you're right.
Big damage. I mean, 0-0 is junked. The 21 has some big damage too. Let's listen in on the 21.
I don't understand, dude. He just doored me down the front stretch, and I cut my right front down because of it.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and see the replay. They're running 5th and 6th. They both were having a pretty solid day going with them. You know, Cole had that interesting strategy early in the race that put him in a good spot. Here's Cole's onboard. A little tight there, but nothing too bad. Get a little contact down the front stretch. And, looks like it cut down. That contact, you can see it right there, how low the splitter is on the 21 underneath there. You can barely see it. You can tell that it cut down its right front. And then right here, this is a bit of retaliation. I'm pretty upset about all that. And
looks like the throttle might have stuck on the 21.
Yeah, that must have been it, Ryan.
Could have been.
From the right foot being down.
Austin Hill's been ticked off most of the day today.
Maybe he's just in a bad mood.
He is now.
Yeah, I think the right front was, you see the car kind of go straight there. I think the right front got cut down from the contact on the front stretch, which wound up wrecking both those cars.
It was hard to tell what happened there down the straightaway. I don't. Obviously, they made contact, but I'm not sure if someone turned down or came up. It was a little tough to tell from the in-car.
And obviously, Cole Custer did not know what happened there. You know, so Cole's saying, "What are you mad at me for? You just ran me into the wall because the right front blew out." So Cole's giving him the thumbs up, like, "Yeah, thanks for ruining my day." Austin Hill's over there saying, "Because of you, my right front's down. Thanks for ruining my day." They obviously neither one knows the whole story yet. But
see happen there. Yeah. You and Austin were kind of battling.
Yeah, I mean, he put me in the fence off 4, and then we hit on the front stretch because I was going to pinch him down, and he decided to try and go up and side draft me, and then we hit again. And then I don't know if he blew a tire into 1 or what happened into 1, but then he tried to kill me on the back stretch and just held it full throttle until he wrecked our car and killed the rear clip. Slapped my head against the back of the headrest, and I don't know. It was, I know it was hard racing, but at the end of the day, I don't like getting intentionally wrecked and killing the front and rear clip on our race cars. So it's just ridiculous. So just if you want to drive like a pissed off teenager, it's just ridiculous. I mean, that's why I'd said enough, I guess.
11 laps to go. Austin Hill, Shane Van Gisbergen. We're green again in Sonoma.
Well, Shane gets a good start there on the outside. It's going to be hard for Austin to clear him.
He does.
Barely, if he does.
Whoa! On the dirt, there he
God.
goes. Shane Van Gisbergen with the race lead. And Austin Hill going in the wrong direction. Mayer is through to second. Austin Green to third.
Remember that video we just talked about at Coda?
Yeah. But you know what?
I saw it the other way around.
I don't know if he meant to do that, though.
Here they are up in the for the lead on the restart. You see, yeah, Shane gets in there hard, into dirt, just full commit, slides into Austin. Nothing Austin Hill can do at that point. He's along for the ride and just gets knocked out of the way.
97 in turn 11. He is impressive. 35 years old from New Zealand. Back-to-back victories for Shane Van Gisbergen.
Great job, man. Great job. Very happy for Shane.
Great job, man. Great job, team. A lot of adversity. Found a way to get it done for us, buddy. Awesome job, guys.
No, here he goes. As he does a burnout right by Austin Hill, who's not happy with him.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And a little salt to the wound.
Rained on his parade, didn't he?
Oh, look, he's still there.
Well, I'd say they're even from Coda.
Well, you call that even? If I was Austin Hill, I'm not even.
I wasn't even after Coda if I'm Shane, so
yeah.
I don't think they'll ever be even.
No, exactly right. They will never be even.
It's pretty cool. This is pretty cool, guys. That's really hard to do in a stock car, guys, just so you know. Drifting is a really hard thing to do. But when you don't have a car that's built for it, like a stock car, it's pretty challenging.
Second career win for Shane Van Gisbergen.
Bring me through the final restart where you were able to take the lead and what it took to get out front there.
Well, firstly, got to thank these guys so much. Corlick Racing, WeatherTech Camaro got beat up again, but man, what a race. Adventure up and down all day, and yeah, that last restart, I just given it all I had, and two guys going for the same real estate come together. So yeah, it was pretty awesome though, like a lot of fun. Hope everyone enjoyed the show, and yeah, pretty awesome back-to-back weeks for us.
You know, we've talked about the ups and downs in this season and getting used to what this series is, but you're able to flex your muscle when it comes to these road courses. What is it like for you to be able to show what you got when it comes to this style of racing?
Yeah, it's awesome, and the work we did between weeks to make the car better again, and it was an awesome race with Ty Gibbs at the start. We were really pushing each other, but yeah, special to win 2 road courses in a row and one day dream about winning on an oval.
Shane Van Gisbergen, your winner at Sonoma, guys.
Austin Hill comes home in the 5th position after battling all race long, leading a number of laps. The restart with 11 laps to go, though. We get to the top of turn 2. You heard what Shane Van Gisbergen just said. A couple of guys battling hard and they came together. What was it from your perspective?
I didn't really see the replay the best. It blacked out, but you know, I'm gonna leave it to the keyboard warriors on this one. I'll let them figure out what happened. I'm sure no matter what comment I say, it'll be wrong. So, yeah, I mean, we're sitting here watching it here. Yeah, I don't know. I plead the 5th. I'm not gonna say anything about it. We'll just go on to the next one. Good hard racing. Bennett Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity Internet. We were holding off SVG there for a while, had that caution. I knew it was going to be tough on the restart, and didn't work out, but we had a good points day, finished in the top 5. Can't ask more than that.
Thanks, Austin.
He had a moment, big moment.
My goodness, Almirola out of line in the 19. Here's that move, though, when Almirola gets out of line. Not sure how this is going to work out, and boom. I mean, that could have been huge.
Wow. Yeah, I thought the 21 had to lift because he got a little bit free on entry, but no, that was just a fuel pickup problem.
Bottom lane's going to bottle. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Get to the top. Coming outside, outside, outside. Still there, still there. Clear behind the 70. Clear behind the 70. That happened just because the 21 bottleneck you guys here. Still down there in 21. Still there. It's going to be clear if you want to do it. Still inside. Still there. Let's close to the 19 and then we'll try to leapfrog again. It's going to be clear 21. 21 now in line with you.
I don't know anytime
Oh, as you see the 19. Oh, what a save! Oh, no!
What a hard hit for the 19.
Wow.
Caution out, 10 to go.
Wow. You saw the 19 get the 21 loose, and then as he went by, it just...
Austin was either still chasing it or trying to get back in line.
Wow.
Packs that air, which we see all the time in these Xfinity Series cars. There's the slide. Well,
yeah, I think we'll all see that a little bit differently. I
think NASCAR will probably.
Yeah, I think that'll be looked at for sure again, because it looks to me like he gets straight there for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be a little frustrated if I was Eric in that situation.
I think that was potentially not just gathering it.
That was a big hit by Eric, head on into the wall.
Austin Hill radio.
I couldn't hang on to it. I was not trying to right rear him. He had me out of control, and I jerked back to the left to keep it off the wall. I'm not sure what the hell he thought. Just running me over in 3, though.
Here's Almirola's radio.
100% a cheap shot. 100%. That was a dirty move. Clearly retaliation. All right, they're going to hold us for 5 laps for reckless driving. Oh, they can go themselves. NASCAR. That is bull. I'm sideways. I go to correct it back to the left. It gets locked to the left, and I can run into the 19.
Well, I don't think that's going to help at all.
We had a really fast car. Our Toyota GR Supra was so fast. Really proud of the race car that our guys brought. We were just one adjustment away from being where we needed to race with the 17 and the 88 and the 7 for the win, and we finally got it. The car was way better after the adjustment, but we unfortunately had a bad stop there. Came out 13th and was marching our way back forward. Came from 13th back up to 5th, and felt like we were going to have an opportunity to go chase the leaders down.
So what happened? You got together with the 21 and then all hell broke loose?
Yeah, I mean, he blocked me a few times, and I got him loose down there in 3. He had damage on his nose, so he was really slow in the corners, and it was time for me to go. I mean, we're getting down to the end of the race, and I needed to go so that the leaders didn't put too big of a gap on us, and I got him loose to get under him, and he just made a hard left and hooked me in the right rear.
Eric, what do you hope NASCAR does? Because you say he hooked you in the right rear.
Oh my gosh!
We've seen, and this is a high-speed track, and we've seen.
Oh, that was violent. To be totally honest, that was one of the hardest hits I've taken in my NASCAR career. The impact felt very similar to when I broke my back. I'd be very interested to see the black box data from that crash. But it was vicious, and that's just uncalled for. I got him a little bit loose to get under him because it was time to go. I would have never done that 5 laps into the race, but when you're coming down to the end of the race at Indianapolis and he's already blocked me 3 times, I certainly got him loose, but I didn't feel like that was, what he did was necessary. I felt like he could have easily fell back in line. He was damaged anyway, so I mean we were losing time to the leaders, so it wasn't like we were on pace with them. He was holding me up clearly. So yeah, it's just unfortunate that. Yeah, I mean, he obviously lost his mind right there. That was really bad judgment in my opinion. So I'm sure NASCAR will look at it.
I know you don't make the rules, but is that suspension worthy?
Oh, I don't know. NASCAR will look at it. I mean, that's been the case for a lot of other calls like that, especially at a place like this, 90-degree corners where we're going 180 mile an hour. That was really violent.
Big news happened here in the NASCAR world, and why not do an emergency podcast? Quickly, just kind of get some thoughts out there on the news that Austin Hill has been suspended 1 race by NASCAR for intentionally wrecking Eric Almirola during Saturday's Xfinity Series race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In addition to the one race penalty for Hill, he also loses his playoff points that he's accrued so far this year, which is 21, a good hefty number. And additionally, any playoff points he earns up through the regular season, those also will not count for his total going forward in the playoffs as well. So big penalty for Austin Hill. No surprise whatsoever. I think anybody who saw the crash on Saturday as it happened quickly surmised that this certainly seemed intentional. NASCAR quickly agreed. They issued a 5-lap penalty to Austin Hill for reckless driving, but they did make a certain caveat known. This was not going to close the book on any potential penalties for Hill. Because this happened on a high-speed oval and Almirola had a significant contact with the wall, NASCAR was going to review the incident and they would announce potential additional penalties later in the week.
Contact turn 6. They both go wide, way wide.
Sawalich has done a great job today, hanging in. Look out! Big crash. McDowell, Sawalich. There was contact with Austin Hill. Taylor Gray got a piece of it.
Oh, slow down, guys.
Oh,
what the heck is that guy doing?
Josh Bilicki.
I mean, why would he do that?
You know who he is? You said that on the radio after the incident, he hooked me. So what you've seen so far?
He turned me for sure. I mean, there was no way he was going to get alongside me. There was no room there. I'll have to go back and get a better view because looking at it on a cell phone is tough to see. But he kept running into me at the apex of the carousel trying to get me wide there, and he did it 2 laps in a row. I'm not sure why he was frustrated with me. I got around him cleanly on those restarts. And then there at the end, like I said, I'll have to get a better view of it, but to me, he wasn't alongside of me. He just got to my rear bumper and turned me sideways.
Is that kind of racing, or is that something that you feel like NASCAR needs to look at?
Oh no, I'm not talking about he intentionally hooked me. I mean, he doesn't need a penalty for that. There was no way he was gonna finish the pass there, and he just made a decision not to lift and to turn me. But that's not the same as a regular hook at an oval. That's not what I'm saying. So I don't want that to be communicated. I don't want that to be the headline. It's just unfortunate. We had a fun race. It was going good until it wasn't. And I'll go back and look and see what I could have done differently too, because there's always 2 sides to it once you look through it. So,
how are you feeling? It was kind of a big hit.
Oh, it was a fun hit. Yeah, it was a good one. If you're gonna do it big. It reminds me a little bit when I was in the 95 car here and Ryan Newman back there. Kind of a similar feel where there's a lot of cars coming still behind you, and it's just narrow and it's hard to get woed up. And the first hit was big, but then I'm like, man, there's so many cars coming, and sure enough, here they all came, and I saw one climbing up and almost upside down, and but the Xfinity cars are very safe, and they're sort of tried, true, and proven, and it wasn't fun, but I'm not sore. I don't have any aches or pains, so feel good for tomorrow. We had a really fast Bowling Chevrolet today. Good in practice, didn't execute qualifying great, but still qualified 6th, and we'll have a shot at it. And learned a few things today that maybe will apply. So it is what it is.
You're a veteran driver. Do you feel like you need to have a conversation with him? Obviously, when situations like that happen, it's going to be scrutinized more. He's not going to get the benefit of the doubt as much. Do you feel like you need to have a conversation?
I'm not racing him every weekend, and so if he wants to have a conversation, sure, no problem. I mean, you guys know I'm easygoing, and y'all have seen I've made a lot of mistakes in my career, so I don't ever get sideways when somebody comes up and said, hey, I misjudged that and made a mistake. And so we'll have that conversation. The thing that leaves me a little bit frustrated right now is he kept running into me and then I got crashed. It's different when it just happens, but I felt like he was just trying to move me the whole time and never attempted to really actually pass me. He just tried to move me. So I'm not sure if that's what led to what happened. But I'll have the conversation, and like I said, I'm not super quick to judge because I've done a lot of dumb things in my career too.
Just walk us through that incident there out of turn 5 with the 11.
I mean, just 2 guys going for it. Nothing malicious. as much as everybody wants to sit there and try to make it more than it is, it just was two guys racing it out. I was trying to get by the 88 or the 11 as quick as I could because the 88 was driving away from us, and thought that we could maybe have a shot at racing with them and racing for the win there. I had a massive run off of the carousel. I kind of thought I was trying to catch him off guard and get to his left side. I was definitely to his left side. Where we made contact was right here, and that was after I had lifted. I had lifted a little bit, and we had already touched at that point. So the grass was coming up in front of us. I had to get to the right. I was kind of hoping he was going to move to the right and kind of give me some room, and it just didn't happen. But if everyone wants to blame me for it, I'll take the blame for it. I mean, I could have lifted and lived to fight another corner, and unfortunately, that's not what happened, and it wrecked a lot of race cars. So didn't want to come back from what we had going on the last 2 weeks and have this happen, but heck, it's racing. I mean, things like this are going to happen. It just, like I said, me and Michael are just both going for it there, trying to keep that second spot and have a shot at racing the 88. And unfortunate that that wreck happened because of me making contact.
Why didn't you lift?
I did lift. I lifted a little bit. I just didn't lift enough. But if you want to get in the race car and have a spin for it and figure out why I did or didn't lift, go for it.
And Connor said he backed it off a little bit more than usual going into one. Did you feel that? Did that catch you off guard while you slowed into one?
When I got into him, or
into turn one?
I don't know. I hadn't restarted in the first two rows all day. And when I restarted on the outside of him and I got back down or got back behind him, I was just kind of going to my normal 400 brake marker that I was kind of using all day on restarts. And I was trying to get it slowed down. I mean, honestly, I wanted to touch him just to kind of show him that, hey, I'm here. But I wasn't trying to ship him off into the corner like I did. And if it would have stayed green there, it was going to work out fine for us. But yeah, I mean, me and the 88 have raced each other clean. Me and Michael, the times that I don't even know if I've raced Michael any other time than today, but was racing each other clean. So nothing that I was trying to do, wreck him or anything like that. It just, I got into the back of him and we kept racing.
He said you shouldn't be penalized. You didn't deserve a penalty for that from that standpoint. But I think his question was he didn't feel like you could complete the move there and kind of wondered about that. And I think that was kind of in that section. Yeah.
As far as right here, or are you talking about with the 11?
The 11. I'm sorry, the 11. That was his thing. It's just that he's like, hey, he should, this shouldn't be about a penalty issue or anything like that. But it's I don't feel like he was going to complete the move at that point. And that was kind of his question.
I mean, I think, if it would have played out, I had a big enough run, and if he would have shaded to the right to where I could have came off the corner and not ran in the grass, I think I could have side drafted him enough, been beside him, and I could have just kind of drove in there deep like he did the lap before on me. He kind of drove in deep into 10 and ran me wide, and then it kind of set him up for a good exit of 11. That's all I was going to try to do. I was just going to try to go in there a little deep, kind of run him a little wide, just like he did to me. Wasn't going to try to do anything malicious or anything. It just was going to be a racing deal. But, yeah, I mean, these things are going to happen. You race long enough, these things happen, and we'll just put it behind us, keep digging. I mean, I don't think that if Michael comes and runs another race that we're going to have any hard feelings. I'll go talk to him right now if he's still in the garage because there was nothing behind that.